number 3, I'd like to have an acceptance of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to accept the agenda with the following amendment. Delete items 5.1 through 5.8.
Support?
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilwoman Pats. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 4.1 is a motion to approve the acceptance of the meeting minutes of the meeting held February 16, 2021, and dispense with the oral reading. Motion.
Support.
Yeah, I have a motion by Councilman Remick, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. This now takes us to the mayor communications part of the agenda. Mayor Saunders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just have the one item tonight, which is 5.9, a motion to approve Chrissy Masters Carmona to the Board of Review for a one-year term expiring March 2nd, 2022.
Support.
Yeah, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilman Johnson. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If it's okay, I just want to take a moment under Mayor's communication to just remind everybody that we are still taking appointments for the COVID vaccination. It will be March 4th and March 6th will be Taylor's 2 days of continuing vaccination. For those that are interested, call 734-287-1655 or 734-287-4646. Phone banks will be open from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. We'll continue to post this on the city's website as well in case somebody missed it tonight. But I know that people are starting to get all their appointments now. We are returning calls. There were approximately 400 voicemails left. We started to navigate through that list today. I think we're about a quarter of the way through that list, and most people have already called back and scheduled an appointment. So if you didn't, though, don't panic. We will get to you tomorrow, and we'll get your appointment scheduled. So the county is assuring us that there's plenty of vaccines around, or that will be available for all Taylor seniors 65 and up.
Mr. Chair, I have just one thing through the chair to Mayor. Do you need help? Do you need help with someone being at the place to guide and do those kinds of things?
Through the chair, Madam Councilwoman, we partnered with the city of Woodhaven, so we allotted a certain amount of the time slots for Woodhaven residents. So I know on Thursday, I think Woodhaven has 8 members of their staff that's going to be there to work registration. I know that we're still looking for people for Saturday for the Taylor slot, and also to work the phone banks at Lakes of Taylor to take appointments and make return phone calls. So there is still, available opportunities.
All right, because I know I work during the day on Thursday, so I'm able to do Thursday, but Saturday, sign me in, and every time you want me to be there, I'll be there.
Certainly, we'll give you a call tomorrow to coordinate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we talk to Guido?
Yes, yeah.
Through the chair to the mayor, it was expanded, correct, of who's eligible besides the seniors?
So there is a list that the county distributed of, they're not necessarily calling it essential employees, but there's an identified list. I know there's like law enforcement, I think the food service industry is on that list. So yes, there's an additional categories that are available. We are asking that they still be Taylor residents. The county may allow other counties or other cities within Wayne County on other days, but on our days, we're still trying to coordinate Taylor residents within those categories.
And they should still call and schedule the appointment?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. We'll now move on to the regular part of the agenda. Item 6.1 is a motion to approve the purchases of 3 drones from Great Lakes Air Operations LLC, low bidder for the amount not to exceed $36,953, and this is funded through Federal Forfeiture Treasury Account. Motion.
Support.
Yeah, I have a motion by Councilman Remick, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion?
Could we have those?
Sure. Lieutenant, could you come down and Deputy Chief Hopkins?
For those residents who weren't listening last night.
Through the chair, council, we just want to take a moment and say thank you for this. We're really looking forward to the next chapter. Lieutenant Admission has put forward a lot of effort into this, so he's got some good information to share.
All right, I handed out a couple pamphlets last night on the 3 drones that we're looking to purchase. The first one, DJI Mavic 2. equipped with thermal imaging. It's a fast deployment drone. We intend to put them on midnight shifts to assist locating missing persons, helping fire department. They're going to be assigned to, we have 5 pilots that are currently assigned to the drone unit that are certified through FAA. And like I said, those 2 are going to be assigned to the midnight unit. So they're always there and available. The next one is a more sophisticated drone. It takes longer to set up, but it's capable of flying for an extended period of time for longer missions as far as accident reconstruction, which will help opening roadways a lot faster. Also helping fire department and doing the cameras just a lot better. It'll help take photos, crime scene photos and stuff like that. And then we also, those drones will be attached to our Axon evidence program, which will allow us to track the maintenance, flight paths, everything about the drones and the videos that it takes. Will be uploaded to our servers that we're currently using right now with our Axon body cameras and our fleet cameras in our cars.
Councilman Johnson?
So, just so it's clear, this is all for police business or fire business. This is, people have called me already, they're not looking in their windows and they're not flying in their backyards. You know.
Absolutely not. It's not going to be used for any kind of random surveillance. It's going to be used for police.
And it can't be.
Do what?
And it can't be, correct?
It can't be.
Yeah.
And anytime what the Axon Air provides is a location of the drone at all times while we're flying. It also provides logistics of where it was at, altitude, speed, and where the camera was actually facing.
How high will that bigger one fly?
The bigger one is actually capable of going 16,000 feet. So we can't do that.
You can't,
because we're so close to the airport, we are limited to 200 feet since we're so proximity.
Can you take a second to tell them the training that you went through in order to fly this?
So
And all the drones that are authorized?
So all 5 of us attended a 2-day course through Great Lakes Air Operations. We had to study for almost over a month, and we had to take a written test. It was very a 200-question test, and we were all issued licenses, and all the drones will be insured. My history is 8 years of drone experience, 1 year is commercial, and I've been racing competitively for the last 30 years through model airplanes, and my family has also. So, hoping to give some of these guys experience, and hopefully these a good addition to the police department and the city of Taylor.
And these drones are unarmed, correct?
Unarmed.
Just want everybody you know.
They're all equipped with thermal imaging,
Yeah.
range finding devices and stuff like that.
Councilman
Yeah,
Rowland?
Lieutenant, do we have the pilots on call? Is that how that works?
So the current pilots we have is one's myself. We have one assigned to DB, and the rest are on the road. So then, I think 2 are on midnights and 1's on days.
Oh, okay.
One's assigned to DB, which he's also evidence tech, so that'll come in handy, and he's also a SWAT operator.
And they have access to, do all of the pilots have access to all the aircraft?
Yes.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, part of the purchase is a 3-day setup. I think it's a 3-day setup and training on each aircraft, so they can become familiar. And then we're going to do probably twice a month training just to keep them, keep the drones moving, cycling the batteries, getting the pilots used to different situations and for search and rescue type situations.
If I could touch on one thing real quick. We'd just like people to know that this is for specific use. This is not just random that we're going to throw it up in the air and see what we can try and catch today. This would be for something where we have a crash investigation and we need aerial photos for that. Or we had a person who just robbed a store and we're trying to find them in the woods with the thermal imaging. This is not going to be a random, let's try and see what we can find with it. It's going to be another tool in our toolbox that will hopefully help us find a missing person, a person who committed a crime, or help us to try and get that expressway open faster because we have the thermal tech or the technology for the crime scenes to make it done fast.
Well, and that makes it safer for you guys as well if you have an idea of where somebody's at,
Well, absolutely. Being a former canine handler, being in the woods at night with a flashlight trying to watch your dog and watch your surroundings is extremely difficult. And you see some of the pictures I attached in the flyer as a canine track. You can actually, the drone can fly ahead and see the bad guy hiding. So hopefully, it'll help the officers be safer.
Yeah, I have 2 things through the chair. One of them was that you had talked about accidents, that it would let you know dimensions and things like that of, the skid marks and those kinds of things. That would give you more information with a drone. Didn't you say something like that last night about?
Absolutely. When you have an accident scene, the drone can fly above and takes thousands of pictures. We then take those pictures and import them to a computer program. The computer program generates a diagram of the accident scene along with measurements of the debris field, and it makes a 3D diagram, which is going to be a lot more accurate than going out there and measuring by hand, tying up the intersection for hours at a time, where we can hopefully, shrink that time frame.
And the other thing that you mentioned last night was getting permission, the FAA, that kind of a thing.
Yes.
Can you explain that to the audience?
Certain areas of the city are no-fly zones because of our close proximity to the airport, at which time we can call the tower direct, explain to them the situation, and explain to them our location. They're able to pull it up on their mapping system and see if it's going to interfere with their flight traffic. For a good majority of the city, we can fly up to an altitude of 200 feet, so without a problem. There's additional waivers we can get for flying nighttime missions, flying over people, and things like that.
Anybody else? Okay, if not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6.2 is a motion to receive and file the police and fire quarterly report.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilwoman Witten. Is there any discussion?